Hello and welcome to your messages for the full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. This is happening around 4 degrees, close to 5 degrees, let's call it 5 degrees of the sign of Pisces. The moon is sitting snuggled right up to the north node, which is just over the Pisces line into the sign of Aquarius. We have Mercury, the south node, which are sitting snuggled up on both sides of the sun. So this full moon, my expectations for this full moon solar eclipse, well, first and foremost, I do expect the unexpected, because that's just the way it is when it comes to eclipse energy. Eclipse energy is a wild card, so it's kind of like expect the unexpected. There are a lot of things happening leading up to this full moon. I do believe this is the breaking free of that intense energy that's building up on the way to this full moon. I'm also feeling that this full moon, part of the shifts and changes and the out of nowhere, expect the unexpected energy that is coming through. I feel like there will be groundbreaking news, information, some sort of conversation. Mercury's in the mix here, so it is like bringing facts, bringing clarity, bringing truth uh, to situations that typically have been done in the dark or have been hidden, that sort of energy. We are talking about the moon, and I'm feeling this is all very powerful because of how close it is sitting to that south node and the north node, right? The moon is illuminating the north node, like the way forward, that sort of energy. And the sun is sitting right there with the south node saying, I'm going to illuminate things that need to be released, that need to be surrendered, that need to be let go because they're not for your greater good. So this is the energy we are going to be feeling. I do expect that it's going to be quite intense, but it feels like a powerful liberation, right? The truth shall set you free, and from that space of truth, transparency, and clarity, you can make informed choices and decisions, and to use your free will to direct your life, your future, um, into a more positive direction, releasing any of the things that need to be let go. There's no doubt that I am feeling this full moon is really going to force truth and clarity upon all of us, right? Whether we like it or not, whatever has been, false pretense or illusions we have been living under. This is that period where you can really see these things brought to the light, exposed, and able to transform that energy in order to move forward. I hope these messages serve you well. Let's get into your reading. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your messages for the full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. Let's tap in and take a look at what energy is coming out. We all know that this is going to be an extremely intense energy leading up to this full moon on the 28th, this lunar eclipse. It is going to be an intense time, like I said, but it feels to me like the literal lunar eclipse full moon is a breaking point where it like dismantles all of the tension and the problems and the situations, based on truth, clarity, so that we can move forward, right? Beautiful energy. The end of a tough cycle approaches. The energy is gaining momentum. Like I said, it feels like there is this breakthrough energy that is going to liberate someone from a lot of times we're carrying baggage that we're not exactly sure or clear on if we're carrying something we are meant to be carrying. I feel like this is where you're going to be getting absolute clarity on, is this a burden and baggage that you need, that belongs to you, that is worth carrying? It feels that energy. Here's the Knight of Pentacles showing up next. So I do feel this is a time where a new offer is being presented. There's some sort of communication that may come in quite quickly out of nowhere that changes everything. And that eclipse is going to do just that. Next card that shows up is the Page of Swords. I feel the need to issue a word of caution in regards to this Page of Swords because this gives me the vibe of somebody who may be in your inner circle, who is close to you, who's gathering information or takes information they have. Ultimately, I don't feel like they use that information for a good thing, so I'm definitely issuing that warning. But at the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. So I'm feeling they use that information to sabotage, to block someone towards some sort of a celebration when it comes to success. Right? That's just how I'm feeling that energy. We've seen two pages, so there could be an immature energy that rushes in quite quickly, maybe feeds you some false information, and ultimately, if you're making choices and decisions based on false information, we all know we're not really making the best choice, right? This is about seeing clearly what that is, dealing with that accordingly. Let's keep moving forward. What other energies do we have showing up for the sign of Cancer? This is for Cancer for the lunar eclipse full moon in the sign of Pisces. Here's a card that's falling. Wow. It came out in reverse. The Five of Swords came out in reverse, which we love to see. Because the Five of Swords upright talked about somebody trying to use their mind, their words, information as a tool, as a weapon, in order to create a lot of challenging experiences. And look who comes out upright, the Queen of Swords. So this is somebody who can see clearly, they know the facts from fiction, and they got their sword up and they're ready to cut this piece out. They're ready to let go and surrender that kind of energy. Like if somebody's in your life creating all kinds of chaos and stuff like that, I mean, once you see it for what it truly is, that's on you, right? To make the choices and decisions to cut it out, to release it, to surrender it. And I feel like that's exactly what's going on. I do feel new opportunity is showing up for someone to align with something much higher. Look, Five of Wands upright. There was an energy, and I'm saying was because I feel this energy is what's being eclipsed out. I feel there was an energy that was close to you that was like feeding illusions, confusion. They were distorting your energy. They were playing on someone. Um, like it's almost like if you know somebody believes you or trusts you or confides, whatever it is, and then you use that against them, right? Well, they believe anything I say, so let me just say anything. This is a person who is very competitive. I feel this is a person who likes chaos and drama, and they like to spread information that is not true. We got the nine. Let's keep looking at the things on the bottom of the deck because it's beautiful energy. Nine of Pentacles. So, and I again, when I see this Nine of Pentacles and I see that Knight bringing in that Ace of Pentacles, that's a Ten of Pentacles. So there is something that someone has persevered, overcome, or is persevering and overcoming, and ultimately, I feel whatever this is collapsing. It's being eclipsed out during this eclipse moon in Pisces. Again, Pisces can talk about hidden enemies. So this can be where they're exposed, the damage they've done, the chaos and the drama they've stirred up, the lies they have told that were trying to interfere with some Four of Wands. Yeah, look at this Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You see the wands are all behind this person now, and this person is getting a fresh breath, taking a like they're almost getting their second wind. They're taking their power back. They're resting, rejuvenating, recharging, and ultimately, when they stand in their power, they're going to be standing on that Ace of Pentacles, which is a whole new beginning. And you see this, look, this baby fawn, you see the butterfly, there's been a transformation, there's new life being presented. There's another ace, and there's the magician that says you're manifesting, the doors to open, to be able to move forward. You're no longer going to be standing at a crossroads dealing with blocks, challenges, and obstacles, because I feel like whatever's been intentionally, I do feel the word intentionally, trying to slow you down, sabotage, delay you, keep you burdened, that sort of thing, that's being eclipsed out. That's what I'm feeling with this energy. Let's grab some more energy to see what's going on. Seven of Pentacles. A lot of pentacles showing up in here. A pentacle clarifying a pentacle. And when we see this knight, he's got the ace, and we see this pentacle, it's got the seven together. That's the eight. there's the moon. So I feel during this moon, and I feel you are trusting your intuition. It feels to me that this is an energy of, um, Cancer is your ruling planet, right? So I feel intuitively you are being guided towards investing your time, energy, and effort into a different direction. I do feel like there was a challenge because there was something you couldn't see. It was hidden, the moon. Um, and it was something that was interfering with your success, your movement forward, you growing, evolving, ascending. It was, but again, it just gives me the exposure and it being eclipsed out. We have the Queen of Fire right there. Looks like she's manifesting something. We have the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I do feel this is talking about an apology. I do feel someone wants to apologize to you, or will attempt to kind of like sweeten you up is how I'm feeling, in order to not be cut off. I feel they're being cut off. I just feel that energy. I feel like you're just like, no, I can't trust you. I can't deal with that. I'm not going to. You're not going to be sitting here trying to sabotage my Ace of Pentacles, my new beginning. There's the King of Wands, the counterpart to the Queen of Wands, which talks about true leadership. This talks about loyalty. This talks about strength, courage, and confidence. It talks about being a true leader, right? Being able to stand up, step up, defend, protect oneself, one's mission, one's journey, one's path, whatever this is. And it's this new beginning. And look what comes up next, the Fool card, embarking on a new path. And what's interesting about this Fool card is this: he's holding a mask, but he's not wearing a mask. This is an authentic person. This is a genuine person who says, this is me, you take it or leave it sort of energy. And I feel they're very confident in who they are. They don't need to hide behind false facts or conflict or chaos. This isn't the energy. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Beautiful energy showing up for you, Cancer. I want to see what's underneath, because I feel like this is you having that cup overflowing. You could see the water just overflowing out of here, trusting your intuition, filling your heart, soul, and spirit with happiness, joy, taking this leap of faith into, with this Ace of Wands, into a new beginning. It does have somebody stuck, caught up in their head, kind of like looking back over the past at the recklessness, the action, the choices, or the things that they've done or acted on, is how I'm feeling with all of this energy. It feels like this is going to be an extremely powerful full moon lunar eclipse for you. As I mean, it's going to be for everybody, but this is what I'm seeing coming through for the sign of Cancer. Let's grab some more energies and see what Spirit, this is from the deck Spirit Has Your Back, wants you to know in regards to this full moon lunar eclipse. Let's take a peek at that. And just, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need, right? So this is like throwing out something to the universe and not trying to put a final outcome on it. This is allowing the universe to put it all together and deliver whatever this is to you, to answer your prayer. And a lot of times your prayers do, I mean, I do believe prayers get answered, but I believe that they get answered, first of all, in divine timing, but not always necessarily in the way you envision them in your head, in your mind, in the way, that sort of thing. So be mindful of that. The next card that comes out is the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome, is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. And we just barely talked about that, so I won't repeat myself. But yes, like throwing them out there. This is what I desire. This is what I'm praying for. And, not sitting there like micromanaging it, trying to pay attention to every step. It's like you let go and you allow the divine, the most high, the universe to, put this together for you and deliver it in a way that I feel exceeds what our expectations are, right? That is one of the reasons you shouldn't really try to have expectations on a situation, is because it can deliver in ways that are above and beyond what your expectations were. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So peace is a really strong, prominent word in the energy already here. So I feel like this is really what your main goal is, what you're looking for, peace within. And again, that can resonate with different areas of your life. Peace within your connections, your relationships, peace within your finances, your resources, peace within your home, your family. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth, and I definitely picked up on that. Like, this is somebody not wearing a mask. They are a very authentic, genuine, sincere energy. And there's some toxic energies out there that really can see that a mile away. And like, they like to prey on it, and they're not praying with an A, they're praying with an E. They're a predatory kind of energy, opportunist kind of energy that sees the innocence, the pureness, the authentic uh, self of a person. And, you know, they unfortunately take advantage and use and abuse that, which is a very foolish thing to do. Let's not forget that Saturn is very activated right now, so karma will be coming real quick and in a hurry. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. I feel whoever I'm talking to, there has been a lot of, it feels, challenges that really disrupted your peace, right? And I feel like you're trying to move through, persevere through those challenging experiences, that cycle in your life, that, experience that you had, whatever that is, and overcome that moving forward. And I do definitely feel like that's exactly how this is going to come through. Bottom of the deck says, when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. And yes, this is somebody who wants that light, the happiness, the joy, the peace within, the stability, the security, all of that stuff, right? But there has been an energy that I feel has been like, it just feels, I feel like whatever this is has been a very, it's almost like a drama starter or a dramatic, somebody who gets very dramatic with anything in life, right? And it's like, no, keep your drama and your bullshit right over there. I'm not having my peace disrupted. I am the dreamer of my dream, and I feel like you are receiving whatever this dream is. I surrender to a power greater than me. And there's that butterfly talking about a major transformation that is happening, that is taking place, that is all going down, as a result or through the process of this full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. I hope this message served you well. If it did, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you want to claim this reading. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee, I do have a link in the description box below where you can do that. And I want to send you an abundance of peace, love, and light. Have a great day.